Hey there everyone, welcome to Kate's and Trading. It is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. Last day of the year. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Tell you what, man, the market seems awfully sleepy. It's like it went to bed already. All of us are gonna stay up till midnight. Market took it off today, it seems. Let's run through here. I see a lot of red. Didn't pay a whole lot of attention today. I'm doing a whole lot of back testing for my strategy to make sure that what I think is right will continue to be right. So I will be getting some videos out of that in the future too. I just want to, make sure I'm on point before I go public with how I do things. If it's not going to be, highly successful, because that would just be defeating the entire purpose of the channel, wouldn't it? So, all right, running through the list. Nail, nothing going on there. ZSL, nothing going on there. Actually, if I go back to ZSL, we do have sort of a cup situation here. Maybe it'll form a handle. Just the way this behaves though, like it's not something it's not one of my focus ETFs. By the way, I do have an ETF focus list. These are the ones that I trade the most. But in times like this, when there's nothing really going on, I look at the longer list to see if there's anything worth trading, and not often do I do it. There's not a lot here. Dow, nothing doing there. Jesus. FAS is in a downtrend, that's an avoid. TNA, sideways, big time downtrend, that's of course an avoid. And as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You know the drill. KWeb is doing nothing. Labu is it's like a heart rate monitor. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It's nuts. Yang, sideways, boring. SPXS. The whole market just seems so boring lately. SPXS, decent day today if you're bearish, but kind of facing some resistance at this level. Not something I would be touching. UCO, rolling upwards a little bit. But another one that's kind of sideways, boring again. DMV, productive. It had a couple of really nice uptrends, but it's extended now. It's kind of going sideways at the moment. It looks like it's caught its breath for a minute and wants to head back up. This would be a risky buy. It's got potential, but I don't think I'd be chancing it right now. GDXU, you're probably better off just waiting till things kind of let the dust settle in the new year a little bit. GDXU's not doing anything. Webs, turning upwards, decent volume. We'll see how that one looks towards the end of the week and next week. It's kind of looking like it's bottoming out, but that bar isn't strong enough. This bit, kind of similar to Webs in a little way, but not doing much of anything, so that's an avoid. DRN, downtrend, avoid. SQQQ, starting to turn up. Decent day today, decent volume. Has this kind of W shape, kind of a double bottom, but I don't know, man. The market had been so strong for so long that being bearish right now, it seems premature. Maybe the wheels will fall off the market and things will plummet, but I'm not ready to throw in the towel on the bull market yet. Split just made that look so weird. Okay, so kind of like SQQQ, not much going on. Again, another one that if we were in a well-defined bear market, maybe that's a buy, but right now it's not. ETHD, good volume, not really doing anything, sideways. ERX. This guy had a huge downtrend, starting to turn the corner. It needs a little more work. It needs to come up a little bit more. Like, this is such a severe downtrend that it has to kind of overcome a bunch of that. It's not there. SOXL, that is ugly, choppy, garbage, mess, yuck. Although it did have a decent day today, but I wouldn't be touching this at all. FNGD. By the way, I spent like the entire day looking at historical FNGU data and going day by day manually how I would trade it. Worked out well. So FNGD, got a similar that W pattern thing going on, the faulty double bottom. As I said yesterday, when you have a double bottom, you want the right hand side, the side closest to the current day, to be lower than the previous bottom. So this is sort of faulty. It's rising a little bit. By the way, if you can hear the background noise, that's my wife laughing at a movie. She's very loud. So yeah, it's coming up a little bit. the same old story that this is still a bull market until it isn't, and that's tough right now. I wouldn't be trading that yet. I'd be keeping an eye on it. Cold. Good day yesterday on enormous volume. I would have been looking for a follow-through day than this today. We didn't really get it. We got a doji instead. Good volume, not nearly as much as yesterday. If I was thinking about buying this, especially in such a downtrend like this, I would never buy it on that first day, that first green bar. The next day, I'd be looking for it to follow through and have another really strong day, green up, closing near the high. Since it didn't happen, it's not something to be buying. SOX had a good day today, 12.5% gain, but this is like ERX with this huge downtrend, gap down not long ago. It's not worth buying, at least not yet. Maybe it'll turn around and start curling up, but as of right now, no way. All right, looks like all of the bearish single stock ETFs are up today, so it's not a good sign for the market. But still, GGLS isn't worth buying yet. AAPD, it's not terrible. The volume's coming up. Shorting Apple can be tough. Yeah, it's not good enough. I mean, again, you have to overcome a bunch of this severe downtrend situation. It's not looking good. MSFD, this one's actually not terrible. The volume is anemic. It's so weird too. Like you get these weird spurts of volume here and then nothing at all. And it's not, so for me, volume is confirmation, right? Volume gives you confidence in the bar, right? Like a bar like this one over here, where you see this huge amount of volume. All right, so it closed near the low that day, but it had a huge amount of volume. So this bar to me is more important and tells me more information about what's overall going on in this thing than this bar does, because there's hardly any volume on this thing. So how can you trust that, you know? And I wouldn't be buying this anyway, even though the trend is turning upwards, but you got some resistance, and this is kind of a battle zone over here. Where is this, like 1375-ish? AMZD coming up, good volume. This could have some potential. The holidays are over now, you know. People might be trying not to spend in the new year. Yeah, I mean, this is one that I would say, okay, we have this turning upward situation. By the way, I changed my indicator so that it doesn't tell me when I have new uptrends or downtrends. Instead, I realized that I'm more interested in seeing when the trend is starting to change direction. So with this, it now notices, okay, your EMA ribbon is starting to turn upward. So that's the notification for it. I'm only showing the most recent turning upward and turning downward situations here. That's why you don't see a whole bunch of other labels. I don't really need to see it historically. I can just use the bar replay for that. So it's a little bit more accurate for how I trade, because I'm not going to always just wait for the new uptrend signal, because it's not always valid. So here, at least now, I can say, oh, I have an alert or signal or whatever saying, pay attention because this thing's starting to curl upward. And that's what I would do with this. Maybe wait for the next day, see if it gets some volume and goes up a little higher, and then it's something to consider. But again, I don't really trade the single stock ETFs that much. It's very rare for me to do that unless there's absolutely nothing else worth trading. And as of right now, that's kind of the case. METD coming up. Not great, because there's a lot of resistance overhead here. Not a lot of volume. This is a weird uptrend too. When you it's melting upward. You have all these red bar after red bar. Like, that's tough to trade. Like, looking at this, if I was doing a bar replay, let me just do this real quick. If I hop in, say right here, right? Okay, so we're pretending it's the 19th of December right now. This thing's turning upwards. It looks kind of good. Like, I would be like, wow, that's not bad. Good volume. We have resistance here, so I wouldn't be buying it yet. I want to see another follow-through day. Go to the next day. Boom, we got a follow-through day. Okay, well, we're back at resistance again. Like, this is another level that it couldn't reach just yet. So I might say, I'm tempted to buy this. The volume's okay. By the way, that 1.09 is the volume ratio, so it's a little bit above its average volume. And I don't know. I'm like, it's a single stock ETF. I'm not so sure. The 20th of December. It's towards the end of the year. Who knows? Let me wait one more day. Good thing. Had I bought it here, I'd be out the next day. I'm not gonna sit here and let this thing keep falling, so I just got my losses. Coming through the next day, keeps going down. And now you can't be buying this because even though it's going up each day, like there's nothing to be confident about this. It's just ugly. Down, down, down. This one's a little bit more bullish because it opened near the high, fell down, and then closed in the top half of the bar. So to me, that's bullish, but it's not enough. It's not like, yeah, that's something to buy, especially with the volume being so low. And that's that was just yesterday. So now today, up a little bit, but this is the first green bar we've had in this new uptrend since it was turning down here. So it's not enough. The only time I would be interested in something like this where it was doing this rise was if it was one of my focused ETFs where I can trust those more. I've been trading those a lot longer. They have, maybe they're a little more volatile, but trust them more, so maybe they'll behave a little bit better. But yeah, this is not something I'd be buying. AMDS, big uptrend. It looks like it's doing okay. Again, low volume. This is a risky one. I mean, you could potentially take a chance on this. I wouldn't think that it would go very far. It might get you, a % or two. But yeah, that's about it. So I'd probably avoid that one too. ESLS. This is shorting Tesla, which again, I don't think is a good idea right now. It's starting to come up a little bit, but I'd stay away. And NVD is crazy. I mean, this thing's been sideways for a long time, and it can continue to go sideways for all I care. I would avoid this too. So yet again, nothing truly worth buying. I mean, there's a couple of the single stock ETFs on the short side that could be worth your time, but you're better off, I think, just twiddling your thumbs, being patient, and waiting for the market to stop being so sleepy. Yeah, and that's it for today. So I was hoping that maybe we'd have a nice little bullish situation on the last day of the year, but we didn't get it. So we're off staying out and waiting until the next day. So we'll be back on January 2nd, and we'll see what the market's looking like, and hopefully it'll start picking up soon. All right, man. Thank you all, and if you do like this content, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much, and happy trading. Bye, everybody.